Hey there, Wastelanders, and welcome back to War Games News Radio. And in this video, we're going to go over all of the massive new reveals for both Fallout Wasteland Warfare and Fallout Factions coming at the start of 2025. Just a few days ago, Modiphius had a live stream showing off all of the new releases coming in the last half of the Wilds of Appalachia wave for Fallout Wasteland Warfare. And it also included a preview of 2 brand new plastic starter kits that can be used for either Wasteland Warfare or Fallout Factions. If you were busy like I was on the day of the stream and didn't get to watch it live, well, don't worry, because of course we have the full recap coming your way. So stay tuned, grab a Nuka-Cola, and let's go through all of the epic new plastic and resin kits coming in the start of 2025. The lone entry into the creatures faction for the second half of Wave 10 are the Radtoads. These nasty little creatures appear in Fallout 76, and it looks like the set will come with 2 Radtoads, and we got to see 2 different painted versions of them, a standard one and what looks to be a glowing Radtoad. This leads me to believe that we'll see 2 different unit cards for different versions of this unit, similar to the upscaled radioactive versions of other creatures like Radroaches, Stingwings, and Ghouls. That was it. That was all for creatures, and moved right on down the line to cryptids. This is where we got a ton of new reveals in this faction, starting with the Mega Sloth. This slow-moving monstrosity, again from Fallout 76, is huge and looks like it comes on a 50mm base, and I absolutely love the detail on him. He's even got some cool mushrooms growing out of his back that just amazing. And even though he does look kinda cuddly, at this size, the Mega Sloth is probably going to pack a nasty punch on the tabletop and looks like it's going to be an absolute blast to paint. Moving on to far less adorable creatures, we have the Snallygasters. Again, like the Radtoads, we got to see 2 different paint jobs of the Snallygaster, which is probably one of my favorite monsters in Fallout 76, just because of how nasty it looks. No word rules-wise on what these guys will be able to do on the tabletop, but I'm betting on glowing and standard unit version cards when they do get released, just like our Radtoads. Staying with the horrifying theme is the Grafton Monster, a massive hulking creature with no real head. Based on a quote-unquote real-life cryptid from West Virginia, the Grafton Monster can be a tough opponent in Fallout 76. And it looks like his tabletop version even has a giant rock tarball thing, just like his ranged attacks in the video game. And it sounds from the stream that this will actually be able to come out of his hand as well, so it'll be interesting to see how this translates to rules in Wasteland Warfare. Moving right along, we're getting not 1 but 2 versions of the Sheep Squatch in the second half of Wave 10, both the, again, real cryptid and its robotic imposter. A cryptid that resembles a horned woolly beast, the Sheep Squatch was introduced as part of a special event in Fallout 76 and is definitely my hands-down favorite questline in the game. This thing looks terrifying, and again, 3 cheers to the sculpting team because this looks awesome. I'm anticipating we're going to have a mix of melee and ranged attacks, and will be a serious big new baddie to play with on the tabletop if its video game counterpart is any indication. And then we have the Imposter Sheep Squatch, a robotic version of the monster that's gone berserk. These 2 miniatures are going to come in different packs by the sounds of things, and the robotic version is going to come as part of the Pylon Ambush diorama, which also features the Fallout 76 character Ares, a cryptid hunter and, well, inventor of the Imposter Sheep Squatch. This thing is a literal work of art. The diorama is based off where you fight the Imposter Sheep Squatch in Fallout 76, and the 2 models and their bases will be able to pop in and out, so you can either display them on a shelf or use them on the table. And as someone who likes to display their minis out on shelves, I absolutely love this, and I hope to see more of these diorama scenes in future waves. Moving on to what appears to be either a new faction or at least a creature's sub-faction are the Scorched. Not to be confused with your garden variety ghouls, these horror shows are the product of the Scorched virus as opposed to FEV or good old-fashioned radiation. The Scorched box is going to come with 6 different models, 2 responders, a Scorched officer, a Scorched skier, and 2 asylum nurses. One notable difference between Scorched and Ghouls in Fallout 76 is that the Scorched can use weapons, and it appears that you'll be able to similarly equip them with gear in Wasteland Warfare. We've technically seen some Scorched sculpts in the past as part of 3D printable STL packs, but this will mark the first time that they've been playable units in the game. And on top of the Scorched box set, we got to take a look at the big lady herself, the Scorched Beast Queen. This big old resin beauty is out freaking standing, and I am so excited to see this thing coming to the game. If I had to guess, there was going to be options to make her a legendary adversary, not unlike Frank Horrigan or Swan and others, and she'll probably buff your other Scorched units as well. Modiphius showed off a size comparison on social media of the Queen next to other big beasties like the Super Mutant Behemoth and Liberty Prime, and she does appear to be a big lady. Will the Scorched be their own faction or something tied into either creatures or cryptids? Time will have to tell on that one, but I have a feeling that the Queen is going to be a very popular piece when she is released. Moving on to our plastic kits, there are 2 new core sets coming for both Fallout Wasteland Warfare and Fallout Factions, the Survivors and Brotherhood of Steel. The models in this new core set are loaded with personality and will have different weapon options for you to choose from, including a frickin' junk jet for the settler leader, who is of course wearing a vault suit. This set will have 10 models and includes town guards in Diamond City security style outfits, merchant bodyguards, a traveling merchant, scavengers, and even a new dog model that rumor has it is based off of Modiphius studio painter Callum France's real world dog, which is a detail that I absolutely love. For future note, Modiphius, if you're ever looking for a cat to sculpt into a model, may I suggest Quark, the WGNR resident mouser. The release of this core set does mean that the old Resin Survivor starters box will be going out of print, but because that old box also included character models, notably Preston Garvey, Mama Murphy, and Sturgis, those units will get their own separate release with models still in resin. So don't worry if you don't have Mr. A Settlement Needs Your Help or Mrs. Drugs Make Me See the Future, you'll still be able to pick them up in a separate box down the line. And lastly, in plastic, we have a brand new Brotherhood of Steel core box coming our way in Wave 10. Unlike the other plastic core boxes we've seen so far, this one will have 8 models rather than 10, but Modiphius says that the 2 power armored options in this kit will more than make up for the lack of numbers. The models in this set, again, are a thing of beauty, and it will include 2 combat armored initiates, 2 lancers, 2 scribes, and 2 suits of T60 power armor wearing soldiers, a paladin, and a knight. And talking about weapon options, this kit sounds like it's loaded with firepower with a minigun, flamer, Gatling laser, sniper rifle, laser pistols, and more. Like the Survivors set, this new core set will replace the old Resin Brotherhood one, but to be honest, I think this one's an upgrade, and you'll still be able to get Resin character packs like the Citadel Command. Plus, there's lots of other power armor sets out now, even in plastic, including the T45 and the XO1, so it's going to be a good day to be a buckethead when this new pack drops. And both the Survivors factions and Brotherhood of Steel will be getting official Fallout factions crew lists early next year, as will the Raiders and the Super Mutant factions. That was it for models coming in the next half of Wave 10, but we also got some updates on scenic base packs and print-on-demand cards coming next year. Most people will know that Modiphius has already done away with both the 3D modeled bases most of their Fallout minis used to come with, as well as the large expansion card, packs, and books. Instead, a lot of the model kits these days are coming with plain plastic bases, while rules packs are available for free download. But you'll soon be able to order both of the old versions of these through Modiphius with 3 different base theme packs, Wasteland, Vault-Tec, and Downtown Boston, and individual rules and cards packs. I think this is a great touch, giving people who liked those old bases and cards a way to play and hobby the way that they like, while Modiphius can hopefully cut some costs and streamline production. There's also a ton of old Fallout model sets that are going back into production for a restock, so pause the screen here, and if any of these catch your eye, then you'll know some of them are coming back sooner than later. For me, I think it's the Scorched and some of these cryptids that I'm going to be the most excited for, but what do you want to get your hands on when this wave is finally released? Leave a comment down below and let us know what you want to grab and also what you would like to see in future waves. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss our next video. And if you want to help us make more videos more often for you to enjoy, then follow the links down down below or click the little join button here on YouTube, where you can become a member for as little as $3 per month Canadian and help us make videos just like this one. And of course, you get kickbacks like double entry into future giveaways, access to polls, which help us choose the direction of content here on the channel, and you could even end up as a future named character in a battle report or live stream. So thanks again for watching, and as always, WGNR will be back.